Hello students, today we are going to start our first lecture in chapter Advanced Web Design. What is mean by advanced web designing? Advanced web designing means we are going to design web page. Web page. What is mean by web page? Web page, any informative page on website. What is mean by website? Website is any informative site. For example, Google is one of the site and it has lots of web pages. On that web pages, different type of images they use, different type of links they are used, different types of frames they are used, different types of forms they are used. How they design that website, how they create that web page, that we are going to learn in this chapter. So, in advanced web designing, we basically use HTML5. HTML5. What is this HTML5? What is mean by HTML? HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. First thing, this is not any programming language. This language is used for markup. Markup means for designing purpose. For designing purpose. It has four basic tags. First, HTML tag. This is starting HTML tag. This is end of HTML tag. Second one, inside this HTML tag, next tag we are having, that is head tag. Head tag. This head tag is having different informative tags, collection of tags. For example, title tag. For example, title tag. This title tag is included in this head tag. And last one important tag in this is body tag. Body tag. We use these four basic tags to create a simple web page. And HTML5 is the advanced version of the HTML. This is basic four tags we use. What are that? HTML, end of HTML, head tag, end of head tag. This is title tag, end of title tag, body tag, this is end of body tag. So we will see our first simple web page, how we create that simple web page. Now I am going to write the first line in HTML5 is doc type. Doc type tag. This doc type tag is used to indicate the browser which type of document it is. So it is HTML document. So the first tag should be HTML tag. Next, in HTML tag, head tag is there, which is having another information, that is of title. This title is we are getting this title on the title bar of the web page. Whatever we are going to create now, that it display on that. After this, end of head tag. Next, body tag. In this body tag, whatever the contents we want to display on web pages, that are included in this body tag. For example, if I want to display a simple heading, hello, this is first web page. This is first web page. End of h1 tag, next, end of body tag, and next, end of HTML tag. What we did, we wrote first doc type tag. This is used to inform the web browser which type of document it has. So web page has HTML document. Next tag, starting tag of HTML. HTML has next tag, head tag, which contains other informative tags. In that, title tag is one. Next, end of head tag. After that, whatever the contents we want to display on web page, that are included in this body tag. So I want to display just simple text like hello, this is first web page. So I have to write this text in any heading, any paragraph, or simply as it is in this body starting tag and ending tag. This is starting tag and this is ending tag. Ending tag is included by less than and greater than symbol with slash, and starting tag has only less than and greater than symbol mark symbol. If we want to execute this page, this program, first we have to save this program. So how we can save the program? In file, save, whatever the drive, wherever you want to save, you can open that folder, select that folder, next write down name of the file, and after the name of the file you have to write .html, .html. Otherwise your file will be displayed as a text document, not as a HTML file. You have to save the file as HTML, sample.html. Next, save. Now I want to execute this file. So how I can execute? For this purpose I need a browser. I need a web browser. The HTML5 documents we can open or we can run or we can execute on Google Chrome, otherwise Safari or Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge, like that. These are the web browsers. So we are having here Google Chrome. Google Chrome as web browser. So we are going to open our file there. So open the file there. Here the file I saved as a sample. Sample, select the file, click on open. Hello, this is first web page. This is first web page. So I'm getting this text. Whatever I wrote here, title sample, that is I get here, sample. This is the title of the web page and this is the content of the web page, whatever I want to display on web page. If I want to change color of that text, then I can use attributes of that corresponding tag. That this text I wrote in h1 tag, so I can use the attributes for this h1 tag. Attributes means properties or characters, whatever I want to change. Now I want to change the um, text color, then I can use style as inline property and color, if I want to do it as red, save, refresh the page. Here I got red color text. Hello, this is first web page. Hello, this is first web page. We will learn about this style in next chapter in detail. Right now, just keep it in mind what I did. Just I did a simple web page in that I declared a simple line of text, any line of text. For that purpose, what main tags I need? First, doc type. This is only informative tag. This informative tag tell to this browser that what type of the document, which type of the document it is. It is HTML document. So first tag is HTML tag. Next tag is head tag. This head tag contains other informative tags. Informative means just information about the content. This information browser not going to display. Here this, as this is title, the browser display this title on the title bar. Next, in body tag, whatever the content I want to display, it should be in this body tag. That's it. Next, if I want to display a simple form, I want to display a simple form on the web page. What I have to do? I have to write form tag. I have to write form tag. This is starting tag. This is ending tag of the form. If I want to display a label, for example, enter your name. Enter your name. So I will write here enter your name as a label. Otherwise, I can use a label tag here. But no need. I want to display it as it is. Enter your name. Next, input. Input type equal to name we are going to display in text. So input type is equal to text. I want to give the name for that text. Name, this is the attribute. Name, type, these are the attribute of these input tag. What the input tag I am going to display? Type is equal to text. Name is equal to any name I can give. Any name. This is used for the reference in programming if I want. Otherwise, it will hold just name, this tag, it will hold information about this text. Next, I will display only this text box. Now I will save this. Here I am going to refresh. What I got here, the label as enter your name and the text, any text. Okay, any text box, not text box I got here. If I want to display a date picker means if I want to write any date, so I can write here. I write enter your birth date. Enter your birth date. Input, this is tag in the form tag. Here which type I want to enter or display? I want to display date. So type equal to date. Name. Name equal to any name I can do. Any name, whatever you want. Because anyhow this name is not going to display. But the name in future reference we can use that. So per date, I'm going to save the file. Here again I'm going to learn enter your name and enter your per date. Here I got date picker. Date picker. Whatever the date I want, I can select here. Okay. Now these both lines or these both labels, these both controls, whatever I displayed here, they came in first line. I don't want this on first line. I want these on separate line. So which tag I can use? I can use here PR tag for line break purpose. PR tag for line break purpose. So now here both displayed on different lines. Okay. If I want to display option button, if I want to display option button, then I can write here enter or select, not enter, select your gender, enter your or select your gender, input type equal to radio, radio. This name is used for option button. Name equal to radio 1. Whatever the label I want to display, I will write here. Male. Same I want to display for female. Female. Other. Select your gender. Select your gender. Male or female. Now how I am getting both selected. It should not be like that. Now this is good. Either male or female, only one value. If we want to display options for anything, we will use this option. Which option? Or this input tag, which input type is equal to radio. So we can select only one thing, not both. Not both. If we want to display, select both, then we can use checkbox. Instead of radio, we can write here checkbox. Next, if I want to open, for example, if we want to take admission in any college, we will get the admission form, and if we want to fill online admission form, then we are having this kind of fields, right? Enter your name, they will provide here some text box, then enter your birth date, select your gender, then they might ask our mark sheet, they might ask our certificate, something like that. Then for that purpose, what they provide, they given us any option. Means if they want enter file, so whatever the file you saved on that system or PC, if you want to upload that file, for that purpose we have one input type, that is input type equal to file, give the name of that file, whatever the name you want, enter file. If we write this, what we are getting the output here, we refresh the button, enter file. We forgot to write PR tag here. So we will going to write PR tag to line break. We should know which tag we use. Enter file. If we click on that, choose file. This is automatically provided by HTML. We are not written any program for this. Just we are using the tags, and that tags provide us this scheme. Choose file. Any file we can choose, we can open. So the name of that file came here, like that. If you want to display any button, if you want to display any button, what we can do? We can write input type. Here first we will write var tag, otherwise our button will display next to the file. Var tag. Here input type equal to, if I want to submit this file form, then we will write submit name equal to button 1 and value, whatever the value you want to display on that button. Here you should write that value, otherwise your button you will get without value. If you want to see, you can check. See, I haven't wrote any value here. What the output I am getting here, I got button without any value. I don't know even this is what is this. This is submit button or this is any type of other control. I don't know. So here I have to write the name of the button, value for that button, submit. Right here, submit. Whatever the information I wrote here, I want to submit this information. I can use input type submit and value submit to display here that value, and I can, if I click on this submit and I want to send this information, then at that purpose here I can use one attribute method, either get or post. Either get, I can write here method equal to get, or method equal to post to send this information. If we haven't write this attribute, by default it consider method equal to get, and if you provide this information, for example, see, I am writing here name a, birth date, I am selecting birth date like 3, gender male female, choose 5, and if I am going to submit, see, whatever the data I am going to submit, I am getting here in the address bar. Whatever data, see, text 1 having what the value, date 1 whatever the value I given, radio 1 on, file name of the file, and button submit. This data the form sent, whatever the data sent by form, we are getting the data here. If we write the method equal to post, if we write the method equal to post, then we have to use other attribute, that is action attribute. Means the data whatever we entering here, and we want to submit this data at which file, that file name we have to write here, action. In next PHP chapter, we are going to learn about this action attribute. Means when we use this action, if I wrote any name of the file, I don't have right now that file, but though I am writing that aaa.php, then whatever the data I am writing here, whatever that data goes to that file. Which file? The file which I wrote here. When I use method post, I have to write the action. At the time of get also we can use action. Wherever you want to provide this data, the name of that file we have to write here. We will learn in this in another chapter, that is PHP. Next, form. It is also having name attribute. Whatever the name you want to give, you can give here. Form 1. So these are some input types. So for your syllabus, whatever the types you have, in forms in HTML, you have these types. This input type colors. Color, this defines a color picker. This defines a color picker. Means whatever the color you given. If you want to check, we can check here. First line we will write enter your color. Here input type equal to color. Name equal to color 1, and value I want to give there, so it will display color, otherwise it will not display. So value, suppose I want to give coded value, suppose this is black color. This is black color. If you don't know color, you can write name. We can't write name. We have to give the value in code as FF0000. Then the color is black. If I change, you can get the codes easily, color codes online. Here, if I write 4 times as F, hash symbol. I forgot hash symbol. The code should contain hash symbol, then color code FFFF00. If I write FFFFFF, the color code is for white color. So it displays the color picker. It displays the color picker. So you can select the color whatever you want. Similar way, if we want to display any image, we have to write input type is equal to image. Input type equal to image. Here they haven't given any attribute, so I will take you the attribute image. Here one thing we have to write, that is SRC. What is this SRC? SRC stands for source. Source means file path of the image. If you have an image saved here. I don't have right now any image. So what I will do, I can download any image from here. Flower image. I like to save this image. Save image as here my folder flower.jpg. It will here it shows the type of the file flower.jpg. I save that one flower.jpg. Now I can write here name of the file flower.jpg. Let's check whatever the output we are getting. See, I got the image. I got the image. What I wrote for that, just input type is equal to image source means src equal to name of the file path. Now I am given here only flower.jpg because my this html file and my this image both are in the same folder. If they both are in different folder, then I have to give full path. For example, in which drive that is, in which folder it is, that full path I have to write here. Next thing, input type same color number. If you want to display any numeric field, you can write input type is equal to number. If you want to write give any url field. Url means what? Url stands for universal resource locator. Universal resource locator. For example, what is the url of google site? So URL of Google site is https colon double slash www.google.com. This is the URL for Google site. Means URL is universal resource locator is nothing but address of the website. Is nothing but address of the website. You have to write that address. Next, similar way input type is equal to month. If you want to give the field to select only month, you can write this input type. This is range. If you want to give range selector, for example, in audio file we have horizontal bar, right? And on that horizontal bar, however the audio file is getting displayed, we are getting know. We get to know how it is means how much time it played. 5 seconds, 2 seconds. That is because of this range bar, this range control. This range control help us to know that audio file is playing or not playing. It is how much time it played or it stopped. This is we get to know by this range control. Range. Next, date time. Whatever the time we want to give, date time, it defines a date picker that includes a year, month, day, and time. In whatever our form, here we provided one form. Here we don't have any time. We don't have any time. So if we want time and this year, date, everything, then we have this control, date time. This includes year, month, day and time. If you want to define only time, we can write control. Input type is equal to time. If you want to display week control, input type is equal to week. We want to give search field, then input type is equal to search. This is for file. We use this one. This is for file to update, if we want to update any file, we can use this one. And this is tell. Tell means if we want to give number, mobile number, telephone number, whatever, if we want to give, we can use that control. So how we can write that? Enter your phone number. Phone number. Then we should write input type equal to NEL, tell, because this is having one attribute, that is pattern. This pattern attribute help us to display or define our or to write our mobile number or our telephone number. We can use this pattern by defining this pattern by defining, like for example, number we can write only 0 to 9. So numbers 0 to 9. And if we want to give mobile number, how we can give mobile number? It has 10 digits. So our that control means whatever that telephone or text, whatever we give, telephone number, whatever that text box we are going to get on our web page, it should accept numbers from 0 to 9. And it is how many times? Only 10 digits. How many times means how many digits? Only 10 digits. So we check here. We got the accepts, but validations at the time of submit, it will give us error. Please match the requested format. Please match the requested format. If I enter any text, please match the requested format. It allows to enter a text, but is not accepting that text. You have to write numbers only in 10 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Value submitted. Value submitted without any error. So next, attributes. This is the part of attributes. Attributes. Disabled. Disabled means what? If we want to display text box, but we should not allow user to enter any value in that, then we can use this disable, means user can read the value but not enter. Then suppose here enter color. Next, what is color is their tag. So this one different lines. Yeah, if I given here value by default value equal to A B C D. I don't want user should write disabled. Disabled. What will I get? See, the text box here now disabled. I am not getting cursor also here. Why? Because I restricted here. Next, I don't want to disable the text box, but the value should read only. Then instead of disabled, I can write read only. Read only text box. So here normal text box. We use normal text box, but we can't change the value. User can't change the value. So this attribute and this disabled and read only, they both does not allow user to enter value. Max. Max means what? It specifies the minimum value for an input field. It specifies the minimum value for an input field. And mean, mean, it specifies minimum value for an input field. If you want to restrict the user, you should enter 6 letters or 6 characters. Otherwise, minimum means you should enter 2 letters or 2 characters. Then we can use these two attributes. Pattern, we already use this pattern in the phone number here. If you want to allow the user to enter landline number, whatever the pattern we have to write here that pattern. Next, read only. This also be done. Placeholder. Placeholder means temporary label. In the text box, if we want to display temporary label, which is not permanent. For example, in this input field, if I want to write placeholder, enter your name, enter your name. Here, placeholder, enter your name. This is the placeholder. Then you can write whatever the value you write. What is this? If I write here A, I am getting here this drop down box. Why? Because here one more attribute is there, and that is autocomplete. AUTO, autocomplete. This attribute by default has on value. On means by default it's on. Means whenever I want to write here, first value whatever I wrote, it display here. Autocomplete on. Here, suppose I wrote here A, B, C, D. Date control. Male, female. I select anyone phone number. I select any file, image, and if I submit the data will go. Then next type, if I want to enter any value, automatically I'm getting this auto solution. Why? Because here autocomplete feature is on. If I made this off, then though I wrote here, see, before some time I was getting auto drop down box which was having previous values whatever I submitted. Now though I am typing the same value, it's not coming. Why? Because I made that autocomplete is off. If I made it autocomplete equal to on, then see the auto suggestion box came. Whatever the previously entered values, they displayed here. Like that. So next attribute, autofocus. Next, this is required. This one is left. Required. Required means on this field, if you submit the form, right now I haven't given any validation. So if though I submit here, the form is getting blank value. Not a single value here that form is getting. Then also it is submitting. But if I here wrote here required here, then if I'm going to submit, I'm getting please fill out this field. Please fill out this field. So I have to write the value and then only I can submit. Other things I didn't wrote, but then also the form submitted. Why? Because I haven't given the attribute required for other controls. That's why. Next attribute, autofocus. Autofocus means if whenever I'm opening this web page, if I want to display here cursor in the enter your name in that text box, then I need to write autofocus attribute here. Here. Autofocus. See, now cursor is going to blink here. If I haven't write that, see, cursor is not blinking. That means web page or web browser doesn't know where to display cursor. If I wrote here autofocus, then here cursor is blinking here automatically. Autofocus. Next, attribute, height and width. Height and width of an image. If you want to display image certain height, you want to give certain height, you want to change width, something like that, you can write here the attribute for that. That is height equal to, if you want, I give here 15 pixel, and width equal to 15 pixel, 50 pixel, not 50, 50 pixel. What will be the attribute? Sorry, what will be the output? Output is 5. It shows small image. Whatever the amount value you given here, appropriate height and width, it will display here. That is height and width attribute for image. Multiple. Multiple means what? More than one. What it does, it specifies that the user is allowed to enter more than one value in input element. This works with input types like email and file. For example, if here you want to display more than one file, by default right now I haven't write here any attribute multiple like that. So I'm able to choose only one file here. If I want to select this both file, then what should I do? If I wrote here multiple, multiple, we will check what will be the output. Choose files. See, change the headings. Choose files. Select. See, choose files. Two files. Automatically it came. If I am not write this one, choose file. This is singular file. Choose file, either this or this. I'm not able to select two files at a time. It allows me to select only one file. But if I write here multiple, then I'm able to select multiple files. Choose files. Choose files. Here one, second. Both file I can choose and open. It displays two files. So this is next attribute for the form tag. Next, form tag input type attributes are ID and class. ID and class. This ID attribute is used to identify the HTML uniquely through the document object. Uniquely means ID attribute only one. this ID and class, these both we are going to learn in next session, that is CSS. In next session, that is CSS. These both attributes, ID uniquely defined, this ID, and class. This class is also individual input element. Apply the CSS style. If you want to apply any CSS style, then we can use this ID as well as this class of both. We will learn in next chapter. So guys, this is all about form tag. Next tag is meta tag. Next tag is meta tag. This meta tag is just informative tags. So as it is informative tag, where we are going to display? We are going to display it in the head tag, meta. It not having ending tag. See, whatever the tags we learn here, in that here about all means this HTML, head, title, body, form, these all tags we learn, they have ending tag. But this doc type, this meta, this input tag, we haven't seen here end of the input tag. We haven't seen end of BR tag. We haven't seen end of meta tag. Some tags are not having end tag. Like that, this meta tag is informative tag. Informative tag means what? It is having only information. It provides the information about web page. To whom? It provides information about web page to search engines. It provides information about web page to search engines. Which information? Information that is name of the web page. Name. For this name, we can provide for this name. Means in this meta tag, how many attributes we can use? We can use these 4 attributes. Means more attributes we can use. For your syllabus, you have only 4. Which are those? Name, content, char set, and HTTP equivalent. This is short form of hypertext equivalent. HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol equivalent. So name, content, char set, and HTTP equivalent. When you write name, for name you can write 4 values, either author, either description, or keywords, or copyright. What 4 values you can provide? Author, description, keywords, or copyright. If you write name equal to author, name equal to author, then in the content you need to write name of the author, whatever the name of that author, ABCD. You create your own web page. So if you want to write your name, you can write here. Author, your name here. If you write name equal to description, name equal to description, then you can write the web page about simple form. Description of that, whatever the content, description, you want to write name, description, then in content you can write whatever the description you want to give. Description, content, simple form. So this is just about information. It tells the browser about web page. It is not giving impact on our display here. It will not change anything here. This meta tag, whatever we are going to write here, it just information to this browser, to this search engine. It will not impact our designing. So whatever the attributes you can use, name, content, char set. This one is char set. If you want to use Indian characters, you can write UTF-8. UTF-8. If you want to use Chinese characters, you have to write Metacarset Big 5. This is information to whom? Browser. This is information to browser. So browser will read the information on the web page in Indian characters. If you write caret, browser will read information on web page in Chinese characters. Next, HTTP equivalent. It will have these values. If you want to refresh your page, if after 5 seconds you can write HTTP equivalent refresh content equal to 5. If you want to send cookies back to the server, HTTP equivalent set cookies. If you want to write um, character encoding, you want to give information about character encoding, which type of file it is, then you can write HTTP equivalent content type, content text or HTML, charset big file. If you want to give information about web page, it should expire on which date, which time, you can write like this. So this is all about just information. Meta tag. It gives information to search engine. Search information that is provided with web page. So guys, this is all about HTML form and meta tag. Thank you.